Assam CM Sarbananda Sonowal inaugurates first academic session of Majuli Cultural University, stresses for extensive research on Assam's culture. In Assam, 29,700 teachers to get appointment on February 5. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to visit the state on February 6. Asia's biggest Aero India show begins in Bengaluru. Defence Minister emphasizes on India's growing presence in developing indigenous weapon systems. Rajya Sabha takes up discussion on motion of thanks on the President's address. And huge cache of arms and ammunition recovered in Kokrajhar and New Bongaigaon in Assam. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Sangeeta Bhattacharjee. Now the stories in details. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal on Wednesday inaugurated the first academic session of Majuli Cultural University. The ceremonial inauguration function was held at Pub Majuli College at Bongaon in the River Island district. In his inaugural address, Sonowal said Majuli, being the cultural capital of Assam, has huge responsibility of taking lead role in establishing Assam's culture in the global platform. The Chief Minister appealed to the students of the first batch of the academic session 1 of the university to carry out extensive research on Assam's culture in coming days. The university plans to grow as non-affiliating multidisciplinary higher education institution with specialization in the studies and research in culture and cultural heritage of India, with an objective of making it gradually a university of category 1 as defined in the new education policy.
Prasar Prahar এই ক্ষেত্ৰত শিক্ষা জগতত আত্মপ্ৰকাশ কৰিছে গতিকে মই আপোনালোকক অভিনন্দন জনাইছোঁ আৰু লগতে আৰু এটি সুখবৰ প্ৰায় ৯৭ বছৰীয়া জীৱনজোৰা সাধনাৰ অন্তত ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় স্বীকৃতি বুটলিবলৈ সক্ষম হোৱা আমাৰ পৰম শ্ৰদ্ধাৰ পদ্মশ্ৰী গোপীৰাম বৰবান বুঢ়াগোহাঁই এইগৰাকী মহান ব্যক্তিক মই মোৰ আন্তৰিক শ্ৰদ্ধা জ্ঞাপন কৰিছোঁ।
Assam Education Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma in a press meet on Wednesday stated that Assam government will appoint a total of 29,701 teachers on February 5. He added that 264 high school, 192 institutions in senior secondary or junior college level and 33 colleges will be provincialized. Sharma further added that another list will be prepared for the schools which have been left out, and the list will include 16,484 teachers. On the other hand, teachers under BTC will get appointment from the BTR authority. Dr. Sharma informed that Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is scheduled to visit Guwahati on February 6 and attend a program where money will be given to 8 lakh tea garden workers in the state. Sitharaman will distribute 3,000 rupees each to 8 lakh laborers with an expense of 280 crore rupees at an event to be held at Khanapara Veterinary Ground in Guwahati.
ইতিমধ্যে আমাৰ এই চৰকাৰৰ কাৰ্যকালত কেইবাটাও স্তৰত আমি বহু ধৰণে শিক্ষক নিযুক্তি দিছোঁ, কিন্তু এইবাৰৰ শিক্ষক নিযুক্তিৰ প্ৰক্ৰিয়াত দুটা ষ্ট্ৰীম জড়িত হৈ আছে। এটা হ'ল প্ৰভিন্সিয়েলাইজেশ্যন অৰ্থাৎ প্ৰাদেশিকৰণ আৰু আনটো হ'ল নতুন নিযুক্তি।
Aero India, Asia's biggest show, was inaugurated by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Bengaluru today. Speaking during the inaugural function, the Defence Minister pointed at India's growing presence in the area of designing and developing indigenous weapon systems and platforms for our defence forces. He invited original equipment manufacturers and agencies engaged in maintenance, repair and overhaul to meet the growing civil aviation sector in the country. He added that India has jumped 14 positions to occupy 63rd position in the ranking of ease of doing business. The minister called upon investors to tie up with Indian firms to launch a manufacturing facility in India, saying that the goal is to achieve a turnover of 1,75,000 crore rupees in the aerospace and defence production by 2024. The minister said that India today has the potential to export indigenous platforms.
And state-inflicted terrorism, which is now a global threat, We have long witnessed unfortunate attempts to employ force to change status quo along our unresolved border. India is vigilant and prepared to counter and defeat any misadventure to defend our people and the territorial integrity at all costs.
The Rajya Sabha has taken up discussion on motion of thanks on the President's address to the joint sitting of both Houses of Parliament, suspending question hour. The House agreed to allocate more time to this discussion, in which members from different parties can raise their issues and farmers' protest as well. When the House met this morning, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said he had spoken to the opposition leaders to suspend today's question hour and tomorrow's question hour and 0 hour to allow for about 15 hours of discussion time on the motion on the President's address. Leader of opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad agreed, saying the members will get ample time to raise the farmers' issue during the discussion. Later, initiating the discussion, BJP MP Bhuvaneshwar Kalita highlighted several measures taken up by the central government for the welfare of farmers. He asserted the centre is ready to discuss every issue of farmers through proper channels. Participating in the discussion, Leader of Opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad demanded to repeat the 3 farm laws, citing farmers' protest. He said there should not be a fight against the farmers. He said if the farm laws were sent to the select committee, then a better resolution could have been met.
इसलिए हम सब लोग जितने विपक्ष के लोग हैं 18-19 पार्टियां मिलके हमने तय किया कि अगर मोशन ऑफ थैंक्स से पहले डिस्कशन किसानों का नहीं होता है तो जो डिस्कशन उस दिन होना चाहिए था किसानों के लिए ही वो हम राष्ट्रपति जी के अभिभाषण में उसकी चर्चा करेंगे 5 घंटे। तो वो 5 घंटे जो किसानों की चर्चा करनी थी अलग से बिल्कुल स्टैंड अलोन, वो हम चर्चा करेंगे माननीय राष्ट्रपति।
The Finance Ministry has released the 14th weekly installment of 6,000 crore rupees to the states today to meet the GST compensation shortfall. Out of this, an amount of over 5,516 crore rupees have been released to 23 states, and an amount of over 483 crore rupees has been released to the 3 union territories with the Legislative Assembly who are members of the GST Council. The remaining 5 states, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland and Sikkim, do not have a gap in revenue on account of GST implementation. Till now, 76% of the total estimated GST compensation shortfall has been released to the states' annuities with the Legislative Assembly. Huge cache of arms and ammunitions were recovered from a Scorpio vehicle at Nasraibil area under Saraibil border outpost of Gusaigaon Police Station in Kokrajhar district last evening. Kokrajhar Superintendent of Police Rakesh Roshan said on the basis of a source information that some miscreants equipped with arms, ammunitions and explosive were moving in a Scorpio vehicle at village Nasraibil area under Saraibil border outpost of Gusaigaon Police Station. During search of the vehicle, huge cache of arms and ammunitions were recovered. In this connection, 6 persons have been apprehended. In another incident, the Government Railway Police Force on Wednesday, during a routine check, recovered 1,000 rounds of live ammunition from an unclaimed bag in bogie number 9 of the Northeast Express in New Bongaigaon Station.
As per information and as per interrogation, we can get some clue. This is matter of concern, and we are trying to find out the facts in this direction. किंतु एतिहालेके जितु आसे इंट्रोड्यूसनत बहुत कंक्रीट किबा ओलाउ पाराने किंतु जितु जंगल एरिया आसे और उसर काखत जी एरिया आसे तेतिया सर्च ऑपरेशन इज कंटिन्यूड.
Meghalaya government has directed the Mining and Geology Department to start the auctioning process of the 2 lakh metric tons of coal, which is expected to begin in a few weeks' time, said Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tingson. Tingson added that the government will need to furnish all the necessary papers for the auctioning of the coal before the committee of the NGT. He said that the state government will go ahead with the open auctioning of the coal once the committee of the NGT approves the methodology and policy of the auction. Guwahati High Court Kohima bench has fixed February 8 for hearing the interlocutory application IA filed by Naga People's Front (NPF) seeking the court's intervention to restrain 7 of its suspended MLAs from taking part in the forthcoming assembly session scheduled from February 12. NPF stated that the disqualification case had been delayed and therefore the party submitted its prayer before the court to restrain these 7 legislators from entering the assembly till the disposal of the writ petition, as the purpose of the 10th schedule is being defeated by dilatory means. A total of over 41,38,000 people have been administered COVID-19 vaccines in the country so far. The Union Health Ministry said that more than 1,88,000 people have been inoculated with COVID-19 doses in the last 24 hours. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country stands at 1,60,557. The total number of 11,039 new cases were reported in the country in the past 24 hours, taking the cumulative positive cases to over 1,07 lakh. The Health Ministry said 110 deaths were reported during the last 24 hours, taking the toll to over 1,54,000 across the country. Holding a caseload of 11 active cases, Arunachal Pradesh has 16,762 restored cases, even as the dead tallied 56. Assam has 1,823 active cases, 2,14,285 cured cases, even as the dead account for 1,083. In Manipur, active cases touched 138, while discharged cases logged 28,568. The tally for the dead is 371. Saddled with 56 active cases, Meghalaya restored cases account for 13,565. The death toll is 147. Nagaland has 55 active cases, followed by 4,334 cured cases, even as the death toll is 88. Mizoram has 33 active cases, followed by 4,334 cured cases, even as the death tallied 9. Reporting 85 active cases, Sikkim has 5,876 discharged cases. The death toll is 135. With 15 active cases on Tripura's turf, the state has logged 32,945 restored cases, while the dead touched 391. The External Affairs Ministry today said Parliament passed a reformist legislation relating to the agricultural sector after a full debate and discussion. In recent comments by foreign individuals and entities on the farmers' protests, the ministry said in a statement that these reforms give expanded market access and provide greater flexibility to farmers. They also pave the way for economically and ecologically sustainable farming. The ministry emphasized that these protests must be seen in the context of India's democratic ethos and polity and the efforts of the government and the concerned farmers' groups to resolve the impasse. And to end the news, the main points once again. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal inaugurates first academic session of Majuli Cultural University, stresses for extensive research on Assam's culture. In Assam, 29,700 teachers to get appointment on February 5. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to visit the state on February 6. Asia's biggest Aero India show begins in Bengaluru. Defence Minister emphasizes on India's growing presence in developing indigenous weapon systems. Rajya Sabha takes up discussion on motion of thanks on the President's address. And huge cache of arms and ammunition recovered in Kokrajhar and New Bongaigaon in Assam. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.